Welcome back. Why are you laughing already? We're only just starting episode 139 of the podcast.
This is our second take.
No, it was our first take, obviously, and we are back again for a good episode. We're going to discuss the best inventions in history, and I gotta say, we have a lot of tools on the list. You are one of them. We both had the same joke. Dang it. But yeah, just a good episode in for you today. I'm sure some stuff's really grinding Dane's gears. He just popped Mountain Dew, and we got a good late night pod coming at you. So thanks for tuning in to the podcast.
Do you have a second dew? Welcome back to the podcast.
Yeah, we are back once again to the Until Next Week podcast, episode 139. I was thinking about that the other day, and I'm like, how have we done this many episodes?
Very, very carefully.
We've talked to each other for over 139 hours. Well over that.
People don't believe me whenever I tell them that.
That you have a podcast or that we've talked that much?
That we've talked that much. Not like that we've done 139 episodes now.
Yes. And this is that's always like a big goal for a lot of podcasters. They want to get to 139 and then they know they finally have made it.
Because that's a special number.
It is. Why is 139 important or special again, Dane?
Because 1 is 3 and then it's 9.
That is true because they're all prime numbers except for 9 and 3.
Dang it.
No, 3 is a prime number. So
Except for 9 and
just
3.
1 and 3 are prime and 9 is not. So that's your math lesson of the day. We always do that each week on the Until Next Week podcast. So we hope you're keeping notes.
139 is 1 is the only prime number.
3 is a prime.
Oh yeah, well I'm so tough I can divide something by 0.
Do you even know what a prime number is?
Yeah, it's one of the prime ones.
I want you to define a prime number right now.
It can only be divisible by itself.
Okay. What can go into it?
Itself. It can be divided by 3.
No, no, that's not it. It's when itself or 1 can go into a number because 1 can obviously go into every number.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so 1.
So 1 is the only prime number.
Well, 3, only 1 can go to 3 and 3 can go into 3.
So whatever times whatever can only equal itself.
So 4 doesn't work because then you have 1 goes into 4, 2 can go into 4, and 4 can go into 4.
But 7 is a prime number.
7 is. 5 is.
5 is.
It's
11 is.
It's 1, 3, 5,
13.
7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, and so on and so forth.
No, 7 times 3 is 21.
I didn't say it. I said 23. So, yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed our math lesson once again.
Welcome back to the math podcast.
Yeah. Speaking of math, Michael Fuller was in town last week, if you heard on the podcast.
True. He called a lot.
He did. And then eventually I was like, okay, let's go play some pickleball. And he's like, let's do it. And then I make it about halfway to the pickleball court. He's like, so I have nowhere to stay tonight. And he's like, do you know anybody at, 10:15 a night that I can stay with? And I'm like, I mean, if it comes down to it, I think we have a tent we can put in our backyard, maybe.
Nice.
And we kind of went, and like legitimately, it's like 2 minutes talking, and then he's like, wait. Okay, I got someone. But I probably can't play pickleball with you now because that would be rude. I'm like, well, it was kind of rude that you wanted to play pickleball and now you're dropping out here. But
He's going to be rude either way.
Fortunately, I still made the t-shirt sale. He was like, I can still stop by there.
Nice.
And buy the t-shirt, which he did. He got our last medium.
He is medium.
He is. And it looked good on him. It really did. We took a picture, we posted it, etc. But after he went on his way with his t-shirt in hand and smiling, I did go to play some pickleball. All I really remember is I was dominating for most of this week, and eventually it was no longer domination, but we'll get into that later in the episode. But it was a good week for pickleball. The weather's been nice.
No, it hasn't.
The weather's been nice in my mind because I like any weather where I can be in shorts and be outside, and I don't care because I sweat so much because, hashtag hyperhidrosis. It doesn't matter. Give me 110 degree weather. Give me 90, 80, 70. As long as I can be in shorts, I'm good.
Anything over 75 is way too hot.
Crazy. So crazy. How hot do you think the weather was whenever you took that picture with Lindsay and Cole?
Oh, and that
she
photo?
sent.
I I don't remember that photo. I don't know where I'm at in that photo. I have no idea what's going on.
Lindsay, just out of the blue, sent us a text message of a picture of herself and Dane in a Cowboys jersey and Cardinals hat, and Cole with scraped up knees when they were probably, what, 12 years old, 10, and like 8?
We're not close to 10 there.
You think like 10, 8, 6?
I think I'm like 7 in that.
You think you're 7?
And Cole's like 4.
Cole has to be older than 4 in that pic.
I think Lindsay was 6 then in that photo.
Lindsay, please fact check and please let us know how old everybody was in that photo, because you do need to recreate it sometime soon, and that includes Cole bruising his knees.
Well, she probably has no idea when that photo was taken either. I don't remember that photo. That's why I don't think I'm 10 in that photo.
But I think Cole didn't look 4. He looked older than 4.
Yeah, Cole looked 3.
Because okay.
He could have been 5 there.
Yeah.
At the point in time when we're all 3 1 year apart.
Yeah. If you want to see the photo, just join our Patreon, but you have to make our Patreon for us so that way we can post it on the Patreon, and then the highest bidder will get the original photo. That's what I'm trying to say.
Remember, on the Patreon, I talk about my love life.
He does a lot, and we'll get into that a little bit later in this episode as well via Jack. But also some other updates from the week. I went to a Springfield Cardinals game, double A affiliate of the St. Louis Cardinals, and the main reason I went was to get
free stuff.
A lot of bobbleheads.
There it is.
Is it free though? If you go to a baseball game where you have to buy a ticket for the game, the item isn't free.
Those are free.
Is it?
Yes. Because you buy tickets to go to the game, not to get free stuff.
But at the same time, if it was truly free, I wouldn't have to buy tickets to the game.
No, it's free stuff.
Okay. Well, so this is something else, just really quick before I get into the bobblehead deal. They're Silver Dollar City, the local theme park in Branson, Missouri.
I've heard of her.
Each year, if you're like a season ticket holder and you go to the park at least like 5 different times, but it has to be a different festival each time, they give you a Christmas ornament at the end of the year for quote unquote free. And back in the day, and even kind of now, every once in a while, I would buy, people would list them online. I would buy like a lot of them, keep some that I need, and then sell the extras. And there would be people in the comments, like every once in a while, it's like, why are you selling these? These are free. Like, you should just give them to people. Why are you trying to make money? And I'm like, first of all,
because people will give me money for it.
People will give money. I paid money. And even hypothetically, if they're free, that's if you buy a $200 season pass, you go to at least 5 times driving to Branson.
You still went through the hassle to get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And some of these also were like 25 years old. I'm like,
yeah. I wouldn't pay a lot for it, but I would understand paying some money for it.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to then spend my time and like gas money to drive there.
Yeah, it's just crazy when people like that's their mindset or logic. It's like, well, you got it for free. Why are you trying to sell it? Why are you trying to sell it for money? And I'm like, because that's what people do.
Why do you pay people to mow your grass?
Yeah, well, I mean, you could do it for free,
right?
In theory.
Yeah, you could eliminate the inconvenience. It's a whole industry is eliminating inconvenience.
Yeah,
that's what hotels are.
Yeah,
that's what Ubers are.
Yeah,
that's what. There's all kinds.
You're
of things.
selling bottled water. You can get water in the fountain for free. Just give it out to everybody. Right. And I'm like,
yeah. Why would you buy bottled water if you could just go home and get it out of the tap?
Yeah, we're not in our grinds our gears segment, but that is something that does grind my gears.
I agree
people
with that
just don't have that mindset. But anyways, I get season tickets to the Springfield Cardinals each year.
Give me their names. I'll go to war with them
I'll need to find
on the
them.
internet.
It's probably like Joanne and like Judy and
some 89-year-old.
Yeah, something like that. But anyways, with these season tickets, they have where you can go to as many games as you want during the year, like general admission, and you don't get like any giveaways if you go in using that kind of ticket.
That's lame.
But then they also give you like 17 normal tickets, and then you can use these tickets to get like giveaways or whatever else. So you can go to any game you want during the year, but you only can get like 17 items, give or take. And in the past, they've done like lots of good giveaways during the year, so I typically use my tickets during that time and get like a variety of bobbleheads and everything else. But this year, they're legitimately doing 2 bobbleheads, one of which I'll be out of town for. So that means there's only 1 bobblehead I could get. And how many of this said bobblehead, give or take?
2,500.
They only gave out 2,000.
Oh,
so you're a little high.
I was high.
In more ways than one.
Hey, this is a clean podcast,
it is,
Samuel.
and that's why I'm trying to. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm trying to talk to you about this. Like, hey, stop doing what you're doing.
That's why you canceled the first part of that episode.
That is true. But what do you think? How many bobbleheads do you think I got, give or take?
Oh, of the 2,000 bobbleheads?
Yeah, of the 2,000, how many do you think I roughly went away with?
And you were allowed to grab as many as you wanted.
You only get one. If you use one ticket, you get one bobblehead.
Okay.
And you only can use one ticket if you go through the line at a time. But hypothetically, you can go back outside the gates and then come back in with a different ticket.
Get back. So did you get back in line?
Yes.
Okay, that's my only hint.
Okay.
I'm going to guess 17 now.
You're close. I think the final number
38
that I ended up with was right around 23
That's
or so.
too many.
They're over there in the corner.
You got back in line 23 times?
Well, I also utilized my
Unreal.
family because that's what family's for.
No.
Using them to help you get bobbleheads.
Oh, man. If I was your sibling and you said, Dane, go stand in line, absolutely not.
I mean, two of them would not. Rachel and David. They were not there. They were not going to partake in that. But my parents and then also Rebecca will go along with a bit. And then, I got them into the game for free. So I gave them the tickets.
I would.
But then they let me have the bobbleheads because I keep some and then I try to sell the rest just to basically make up all the money that I spent on the season tickets in the first place.
The deal I would offer you if I was them was you get me in for free and I will give you my free bobblehead that I get for getting in there.
Yes. But you'd only do it one time is what you're saying.
Correct.
Yeah. Which I was trying to offer that to like some of my K-Life guys and like other people. I'm like, hey, if you guys help me get some bobbleheads, I will give you tickets to get into the game for free. But like no one responded. And I'm like, well, this will be a fun time going through the line a lot.
Again and again and again and again
but,
and again.
You know, it's just something I do because I can go to any game I want for free. So that only makes sense to use the ticket on stuff that I can accumulate and probably just like sell extras of.
Lauren and I agreed that for Lent next year, you should give up getting free things.
We already went over this. It's not free. I had to buy the season tickets. We already went over this whole like mindset. How it's not free.
Samuel,
and then I also had to drive there. I had a park, and the only reason I could park where I parked was because I work a job, because that's why I have a parking pass. So, I mean, I have to work a full-time job to get a parking pass to park.
At a certain place.
And then to make that money, I have to use that to buy the tickets, and then I have to drive across town and got to go in line. And when it's hot, you said it's been so hot.
It has been crazy
I could have
hot.
died.
Yo,
it was a life and death situation.
You drove a car, too.
I put my life on the line to get all these Chinese bobbleheads of Quinn Mathews, the AAA pitcher that might be good on the St. Louis Cardinals in the future.
I have a letter from the fans.
Do you really?
Dear Samuel.
Oh, no.
The free things change you. You're not who you are.
Stop.
With the
I
free
need
things.
this. I need this. The podcast isn't doing as well as I'd like. We haven't gone viral enough, so I need to make money somehow. I need to make ends meet.
That's all right. I was accused of being an addict this week, too.
Oh, no.
But for fantasy football.
I mean, that's understandable. That's a good addiction to have.
Oh, I got feisty about it, too. I was like, I'm not addicted to fantasy football. You want to know how I know I'm not addicted to fantasy football?
Because look, right now I'm going to record a podcast, and I'm not going to look at my fantasy football team more than 4 times.
I've looked at it more than 4 times sitting here already.
More than 14 times
Sure, that's
during the
probably.
recording. And that's how I know I'm okay.
I said, you know how I know I'm not addicted? I said, I've worked with you for 13 months, and this is the first you're hearing of me loving fantasy football, correct?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, then what are we talking about?
How does she sound?
Yeah. And then I said something.
Is she one of the interns?
No, this was
24 years old.
a different coworker.
27.
No, I don't know how old they are.
Okay. But she sounds like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
But I was like, what's your definition of an addiction? Because I'm sure we can start spotting a lot of addictions around here if we start using this addiction.
Look at Stevie over there. I mean, he's addicted to blank, blank, blank.
He's addicted to answering his phone.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Everybody here is addicted to driving car.
Yeah.
You guys have been driving a car a lot more
You're
this year.
addicted to that water. I see you're very hydrated.
So true.
Very hydrated.
So true.
Yeah. So.
Wow. So
Anyways,
this week,
I mean, the only other thing I really had to say was
you die for the party.
Yes, because Lecrae dropped a new album I guess it was early Friday morning or late Thursday night, whatever time zone you're in.
Reconstruction album.
Yeah, so that's what the album's called, Reconstruction.
Like
and
post-Civil War Reconstruction?
I mean, more like the term that's kind of like thrown around nowadays, like Christians are like reconstructing or whatever else, but that's
deconstructing their faith.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But then he's reconstructing.
All right.
Yeah. But I listened to it all the way through late last night. Pretty good. I didn't skip any songs, but mainly because I wanted to hear the whole album all together. And there's like I need to listen more to really get an idea of like what the best songs are. But it looks like the singles he released ahead of time are the bangers from the album. And one of those is called Tell No Lie, featuring
Jackie Hill Perry's there?
Yeah.
Is she a rapper?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like I knew that.
Yeah. She signed with Lecrae's album, but she's been doing music for like over 10 years, I think, or like 15 maybe.
Really?
And she's pretty solid. But that song is a bop. And then also he had a song called Brick for Brick. It's also pretty good. Die for the Party is like an older single he released after Kendrick Lamar mentioned Lecrae in one of his songs because he said, I don't know the exact context, but then he was like, what would Lecrae do? Instead, like, what would Jesus do?
It's crazy.
Like, that was going like through his mind. And then whenever he said that, Lecrae's like, oh, snap, I got to drop a single right now because Kendrick Lamar
got to capitalize on
me.
this fame, yeah.
So he dropped a song called Die for the Party. And honestly, it's actually a really good
That's
song.
probably the only Christian rap artist that that Kendrick knows of.
I don't know. But they've been friends, I think, for like over 10 years. And they've talked about collabing supposedly for a very long time. It just never has happened.
They're
for
friends?
whatever reason. I think they have each other's numbers and they've communicated a decent amount. I don't know Lecrae I mean, I've met him a few times, but we haven't really talked about his relationship with Kendrick.
He could pick you out of a police lineup, though.
I mean, when everybody else is 4'8" or 5'4", I mean, I'm pretty obvious I'm the 6'6" guy.
True.
Yeah.
That's why last night at our pickleball thing, they said, "Who's your partner?" And I said, "Samuel." And he goes, "Is that the tall guy?" And I go, "Yeah."
And then one other song, which I don't know how I feel about it yet, but John Bellion's on it.
John Bellion sucks. I'll be honest. Because once upon a time,
but he's a big artist though.
Yeah, he's big.
Yeah.
Once upon a time in 2018, I was dating a girl and she was a big.
Okay, so he doesn't stink. It's just his backstory.
No, I listened to his music with her. And he sucked.
Okay.
I remember sitting there being like, I remember a song specifically called All Time Low. And I was like,
was it your all-time low?
Hey, will you get away from my feet? This
I
is
had
my time.
to move around, okay?
This is my time to shine.
Okay, talk.
But yeah, he sucks.
Okay. So what else happened to you this week? I know you're talking about a little bit about the pickleball, but I don't know if you want to get into that right away or say anything else.
So we had a collapse last night.
Yeah.
Samuel and I played in the tournament once more.
I just want to say, you were correct when you said we had a collapse.
Samuel collapsed last night.
No, it was a nice team effort. Nice team effort.
The 5 point
performance.
The 5 point string that I had of we lost 5 consecutive points that was all on me. That one is haunting my nightmares.
Yeah,
I was.
Was that the? Okay, so
I was gonna break my paddle.
We went to this pickleball tournament that we've played in the past, and typically there's probably anywhere from like 6 to 8 teams. Usually in that range.
Ish.
And then randomly this time there were 3 teams. And I'm like, I think we got a good chance of winning this because one of the teams was an older guy I haven't seen before and another guy we've played against who beat us 2 weeks ago, but we should have beat him. And then the other team was like a younger guy, which he was making me a little nervous. He looked like he probably plays a little too much tennis. And then like
he looked athletic.
I'm assuming that was his mom. I don't really know. I hope it's not his girlfriend because she was much older than him.
That's what me and Lauren were trying to guess. We were like, is that a mom or a girlfriend? And she goes, I don't know. I was trying to listen to their conversation, and I couldn't tell. And I was like, oh, boy.
I did not know. Or maybe they just like playing pickleball together.
I was like, it's got to be mom. I give it an 8 out of 10 chance that it's a mom.
Yeah. But we ended up playing the first game against the team that we barely lost to a couple weeks ago. We got up big on them. And we lost.
Specifically, we were up 13-10, and
playing to 15.
Yeah, playing to 15. We needed 2 more points to close it out, and then it was all downhill from there. We did not win.
Yeah,
we lost.
Well, we did.
Was it 16-14?
So yeah, I don't know what the final score was, but we did lose that game, and then we played the next game against whatever that lady was and the tennis boy, and he
was wearing a pickleball shirt. Did you see that?
I don't think I saw that. No.
It wasn't like a brand, but it was like like some school pickleball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was going very aggressive, and we also just played very poorly against them and lost to them. But luckily, we did a double round robin, so we played both the teams twice. So then we came back to play the other team again.
Yep, and we were down 14-3 at one point.
I think it was like 8-1.
Well, yeah,
it was like 8-1, and then we started making a comeback because we won that game. If you remember,
the other team, yeah.
So we did
two old dudes,
yeah. So we did beat them. So then we were split with them 1-1.
Yep.
And then we had to play the girl or woman or whatever she was.
Woman.
Whoa. And the other dude, and they beat us again. But was that the game where we started playing better?
That was the one where we were down legitimately 14-2 or 3 at one point.
And then at one point
we lost 15-10.
Yeah, because you found out something very important that you didn't share with me until after the fact.
Well, yeah, I tried a few. Okay, I was sitting there. I was like, okay, if we're going to lose anyways, like we're going to see them in the championship game if we play this other team and win. And so I was like, I'm going to use this game just to figure it out here. And so I'm like, we'll get beat, but I'm going to have 15 points to at least figure it out.
Yeah.
And so I tried some different things, and then I was like, they really want us to go to the net. They really want us to dink. And I'm like, they're pretty good at it. And then they trust that they can speed it up and get us to make a mistake. And I was like, but what if we don't let them do that?
Yeah.
And I was like, so we got to get before, or we got to preemptively like strike them where I think they wouldn't be able to make a competitive shot, or at least where they hit it back over the net to where I can hit an aggressive shot to set us up for success. And so that's when I was like, well, let's see what happens if I serve it to his backhand right here.
Yeah.
And I served it to his backhand. He hit it kind of right back over the net. We won that point. I was like, okay, interesting. Did the same thing to his mom. And then I was like, she did the same thing. And I was like, okay. Now we get into the point, and same thing. I was just like hitting it straight to her backhand, and she tried to do the same thing to me, but my backhand is just going to be fine
amazing.
And consistent. Oh, fine and consistent.
Yeah.
Because when I was when I played tennis every day for a year, and like most of the year the following year, and then most of the year the following year, and so I worked really hard to get my backhand to be an elite shot.
Yeah,
and so it doesn't have like a ton of power to it, but I'll put it wherever I want it to, and it'll be consistently. And so I'm like, the rule of thumb is people's backhands are usually worse than their forehands.
Yeah.
And that is true, but my backhand is a shot that you're not going to beat me on, and my forehand is an attacking shot, basically, for me.
Yeah. You attack the net on a lot of those serves.
Yeah. And then we came up, yeah. Oh, yeah, obviously I see what you're saying. Yeah, I could serve it like 1,000 times in a row in, but I wanted to hit it like a good serve. And whenever I try to be too perfect on the serve or shots in general, that's my downfall, is trying to be too perfect.
The amount of times that people, again, that I brought it up, that went on the serve, like we maybe won, 4 serves maybe, just on the serve out of like 4 games. Like not very many.
Yeah.
Like the amount of times where if we just hit it over and just played it out, we probably would have been a lot better.
Well, it's not.
But I also don't want to call you out because I make a lot of bad shots, but then you're doing that, I'm like...
Well, it's not about necessarily winning it immediately on the serve. It's putting them in a tough position to then we can come up and put it away.
But I mean, if you just hit it deep enough, like you don't have to hit it really hard. Like if you hit it where they have to let it bounce no matter what.
Yeah.
So if you hit it deep on them, like they're not going to do a lot, even if you hit it hard or not hard.
Yeah. Hitting it deep is probably the better idea. Having them hit it back over the net in somewhat of a softer manner, and then we can hit an attacking shot. Yeah. That would be the best way to do it.
But we lost that game. And then at that point, we had won 1 game, lost 2 games, and then the other team had also won 1 game against us and lost both against that other team. So then we were tied, so we had to play them to see who would go to the championship, and that is when we became unraveled.
I think. Oh yeah, in that.
I think that was the one where you started off with 5 bad shots. Was that the one?
No, it was
not.
We won the one that I started off with 5 bad shots, because that's how we got down 8-1.
Well, we just both played really bad to start that one and got down by like 8 or 9 like immediately and started kind of coming back and then ended up losing. It was pretty ugly.
What was the final score of that one?
Also, we were supposed to. Wow, my word! We were supposed to change sides halfway through. We didn't.
Oh, did you say that to them?
I feel like I did, or we should have. At that point, because we were on the crappy side that had a major bump and there was a pole in the way.
Pulling away, yeah, because you exploded on that one.
Yeah, it did. When they tried to
Whenever we were
return
on-
it, and then they
on
just
the
hit the
good
pole.
side.
I'm like, well, that stinks for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
Honestly, the whole design in there is not great. You can tell it wasn't designed for pickleball.
Yeah, I just hate playing indoors in general. I would much rather be outside. And
I like
if we would have been
indoors.
outside, I think we would have won it.
Dang it.
Yeah.
I like indoors, just if it's designed properly.
Yeah.
Like there's an Ozark pickleball like indoor thing.
Yeah.
And it's like there's no like really bad side. There's no poles in the way. It's like indoor tennis courts, but they're pickleball courts.
Yeah, I mean, this is just an old build. Like they are like a storage buildings that also have businesses, and this was just like an old random one that they opened up and then put a couple pickleball courts in.
Yeah, essentially this is a coffee shop with yard games in the back and a bar.
Yeah, and
so-
two pickleball courts.
Yeah, that are indoors side by side that are too close to each other. First off,
It's great for people who aren't good at pickleball.
yeah, if
Yeah.
you're just having fun, it's amazing. Yeah,
But if you're trying to be competitive, it gets annoying.
yeah, but they do put on a pickleball tournament every other Thursday.
And every time I've played, I have lost. Dane has won once or twice.
Twice.
But he also, one of the times, I think you said all the teams were really bad. And another time, maybe they were slightly better, but you were just with Ricky and you guys were able to do it.
Yeah, something like that. I wanted to play that kid last night that was really good. I wanted to play him in singles to see if I was better than him.
Yeah. You probably would have been because you started exploiting him. And if you're going one-on-one, you probably could have exploited him a lot more.
Yeah, I would think more than he does.
Yeah.
He was out there just being a young boy.
He's not a young boy. He was definitely like college age or older.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out.
I was guessing he was like 19 or 20.
Yeah.
If I was guessing.
Yep.
But
Yep.
that's a young boy.
No.
Young boy.
Anything else really happened with you? Or you
Yeah,
wanna-
I should have destroyed him. Also, I ran 12 miles today. Also, football is back this weekend.
And we'll get into that more, I'm sure. here
College
shortly.
football starts this weekend. K-State versus Iowa State is the only good game. Every other game is trash can emoji.
I think Missouri State still has a week or two until they play.
Yeah, it really starts next week. But
Yeah. Are you going to try to go to the SMU versus Missouri State game in town?
Nope.
You're not?
No, it doesn't matter.
But it could be kind of fun because SMU is really good. And Missouri State is going to win.
Yeah, and then do what?
Be ranked number 1 in the AP poll.
Yeah, once a Missouri State actually puts a competitive team out there, then I will go.
We'll see.
Much
We'll
like
see.
the Cardinals.
It could be this year. Could be this year.
Much like the Cardinals, I will not go until we field a competitive team out there.
I mean,
So Iowa
Whatever.
State and K-State play at 11 a.m. tomorrow. On Saturday. You're listening to this late.
nice. So I think we should just get into the next part of
Oh,
this
yeah.
episode because I didn't click very well, but now I did. And I'm just like, my gears are grinded. And because we're on the pickleball theme, some pickleball players that you randomly play with at the park grind my gears. This was, I was having a good week at pickleball, like I said. And then, I don't know, it might have been like Tuesday night, Monday night, somewhere in there. I played, and there's this guy, because I was just going by myself each time. And I'm like, I'll find someone to play. And there's this older guy, and he came up to me. He's like, I'll play with you if you want. And I'm like, sure, why not? So we teamed up against this other team. And I quickly found out this guy is a former tennis pro, apparently.
As he should be.
His name's Sam, which I'm like, well, that's good. We have a similar name. You're Sam. I'm Samuel. I mean, I have the better name.
You're Yol.
But quickly realized he is. There's a reason he was there by himself. It's because he has no friends. Because he was very opinionated.
Abrasive.
A little bit of that too.
Domineering.
Because like as soon as we started, he was like,
Dogmatic?
"Hey, have you ever stacked before?" I'm like, "Not really." He's like, "Well, we're going to do it right now." And in pickleball
hilarious.
terms, it's basically where you're always playing on like one side
Yeah.
of the court. So like I'm only playing on the right side the entire time, and he's only playing on the left side because typically you switch. Like during the serves, you switch sides and you're good. But this one is like, no, you're going to always stay there. I'm always going to stay here. I'm like, well, you don't. I might be better on the left side. Why are we randomly playing this right now? And you're being way too competitive, and I have to be on my side only. I'm like, this is really annoying. And then whenever I would make like a bad shot, or maybe I hit a ball that was coming at my face and I didn't get out of the way in time, and like tap my paddle, he would get so mad. But then every once in a while, he would make a bad shot, and I'm just thinking to myself, ooh, I could really say some crap right now, but I'm going to hold back.
You should have cussed him out.
I should have. I really should have. But he just every single time he was trying to coach me about everything, and then like there was times where he's like, if the ball goes, let's say a little bit to the left side, like he's like, you need to be over here, like so much, and I'm over here. We got to shift more. I'm like, dude, it really doesn't matter that much. And he just, he was just trying to coach me every single point. I'm like, I just came here to try to have fun. And then I checked my heart rate after we played like 3 games, and it was averaging like 176.
You should have had Lauren
the
call
whole
you.
time, and I was just like dying. Like by the end of it, I was like so out of breath. And I played like one last game without him because after we lost like 2 games, I think he was just kind of tired and wanted to walk away. I don't think he said good job or anything. I think he just kind of left and played with this other guy. And at that point, I was just so dead. Like I was playing horrible. Like I've never passed out, but I'm like, I was probably not super far from that.
But it's not hot outside.
I think it was more so I was probably dehydrated.
Well, yeah.
And
the rock stars.
I might have had Taco Bell right before.
There it is.
That was probably a little bit of
and Taco Bell's the saltiest fast food place.
Yeah. I think that was kind of the combo. I think I had some crappy food beforehand and I was kind of tired, and then a mixture of everything else. The great heat actually helped, but I kind of fell apart. And yeah, he just really grinded my gears because he took everything way too seriously. And dude, I don't want to stack. If you're out there, I don't want to stack, okay? we can just hit it, and we probably would have won if we wouldn't have stacked. I should have said that right before he left. It's like, hey, loser. Because we're both losers because we lost both games. We shouldn't stack anymore.
Hey,
stop
silly
stacking.
Boy.
I think he played with those cups a lot, like in middle school.
Oh, cup stacking?
Yeah. I think he really enjoyed that. He's like, well, I can't do this anymore because I'm 68. I'm just going to stack in pickleball.
I got kicked off the cup stacking team in 5th grade.
Is that because you always knocked him over?
No. I was really good at it.
Were you too good? Is that the issue? Were you a prodigy?
No, the coach was late. She was also the PE teacher, and she was late showing up to cup stacking practice. And then everybody started goofing off, having fun, being loud. She walked in and goes, "What are y'all being so loud for? Is it you?" And points at me, and I go, "All I said was, oh man." And she goes, "Get out of my gym."
Cup stacking.
I was in 5th grade. So
she's probably a former tennis pro as well.
Well, I don't know. I remember her name was Mrs. Reed. You know those reeds?
Oh,
yeah,
the reeds.
Yeah, it's always a reed. I tell you
what.
Was
it Mrs. Danielle Reed?
Who?
Danielle.
Who's Danielle?
Because there's a joke. Because Daniel Reed.
Oh,
so I went Danielle Reed. That was part of the joke. Okay.
If you guys are at home, write in if you got that joke.
Okay. What else grinds your gears, Dane? Dane it.
Gas is a scam.
Yeah, we should have free gas.
Apparently, Samuel informed me tonight that you can return your receipts and get 10 cents back. Is it per receipt or per gallon?
It's in Missouri. I don't know the exact amount, but a few years ago, they're like, we're going to increase taxes on gas. But if you keep your receipts, we'll give you a rebate if you send them in at the end of the year. And I'm like,
oh, it's end of the year?
Yeah, you do at the end of the year. You send in all your receipts. But the end of the year is like June. It's like what it's considered. And then they
the fiscal year.
Yeah, something like that. And it's so dumb. It's like, well, why didn't you just not do this program and keep it lower? And that's because they knew a lot of people like Dane would not pay attention and would not send in their receipts. So they would get a lot more money. And the only people who would get money back are the people who keep every single receipt, or basically all of them.
So what we're saying here is this is another government scam.
All government things are
all
scams.
to tax us
Everything.
more. Once again, I work 95 hours a week.
Minimum.
Yeah, minimum.
Yeah.
And that's my next point. But just so that way I can go have a little gas in my car and maybe go out to a movie sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe get a little soda pop.
Yeah.
But instead, the government's like, you know what I need? I need more of your money that you work so hard to own. And if you try to buy a car or a home, we're going to tax you on that too.
Yeah.
You earn money, we're going to tax you on that. If you buy something with that hard-earned money, we're going to tax you on that too.
Yep.
And also, are you making too much money? We're going to tax you even more
That's
because
tax,
you've worked
tax
hard to
on
make
tax.
more money. I'm tired of taxes.
Okay.
Tired of taxes.
Yeah.
But then also, I had to get a second job. So I got a second job.
And that grinds your gears?
Yeah, I'd rather not have a second job.
I thought you'd be happy, though, that you got the second job.
I am happy that I got the second job. I almost convinced the lady to give me the,
become head principal, right?
not head principal, but head, volunteer.
Head wizard?
Well, not volunteer.
Head wizard?
Yes.
Wizard? You're at
Headmaster.
Hogwarts?
I'm headmaster, actually.
Okay.
But no, it's a school, a Christian school. It's a before after school program. And I was almost talked her into making me the like not director, but like main, like in charge person during the before and after school programming.
You honestly should have been.
Well, she goes, first off, she called me old. I think I talked about this last week. Did I? No.
You
Yes.
talked about this last night, I think.
Yeah, but not on the pod.
I don't think you talked about it on the pod.
Okay, so they emailed me once I applied, and somebody I know works there gave me a shout out or whatever. And she goes, and then in the email, she was like, "Hey, we'd love to bring you in for an interview. We have a lot of college students who generally work this job, but we want to go in a more multi-generational approach."
Like, how old do you think I am, lady?
I'm like,
I
I'm
had
not
cancer. That's all it is.
Well, I'm like, if they're in college, they're reasonably like 22, maybe. They're probably 20 to 22.
You honestly probably could have got the position, and if they didn't want to give it to you, you'd be like, "Are you just hate people with cancer?"
Well, they don't have one
but
yet.
you don't have it also because you haven't been tested.
I got tested on Wednesday.
Do you?
I don't know.
Okay, it's good. It's all good.
No.
Don't.
I'm going to die. But
We're all
also,
gonna die. Yep.
But also, no, they don't have like a head position for before and after school program. But I suggested that they should have it because one of my questions when she said, "Do you have any questions for me?" I said, "Yeah. What's the leadership structure like behind I keep saying volunteers, but not volunteers.
Are you getting paid for this second job?
I am.
Okay, so
but
okay.
I don't know what the position is titled.
Yeah.
And literally the only thing that we do is we show up and we watch kids. There's no programming at all. Like you show up, go outside with kids, they play, you watch them, make sure they don't get hurt. If it's raining or hot or something, you're inside, watch them, make sure they don't get hurt.
And are you doing this 1 or 2 days a week?
4 days.
You're doing 4 days a week?
In the
these
morning.
after school.
I'm doing it in the morning, not after
Oh,
school.
okay.
So I will work from like 6 to 8, and then I told them I could do after school on Fridays too. And
Nice.
just make a little extra cash, a little
Yep.
more walking around money.
Yeah.
But I said, yeah, what programming do you guys have? Oh, we don't have any.
Nice. So you're going to change that, and you're going to become the king of that schoall.
I said, how would you like me to, I don't know, run some games? That could be happening. She goes, I think I could be talked into that. I'm like, are you kidding me? All I need is a football, a basketball, some dodgeballs. Yeah. I'm like,
Teach them something.
I'm like, this is insane. And
You could prep them all and then use as a nice little bait and switch to help
Yeah.
K-Life. And you enter
Maybe.
all of them into the K-Life tournament.
Dodgeball tournament.
And then you come back as their leader and like, we're going to win this. It's all me now.
well, and she's like, the college students who are generally there working,
Yeah.
they get run over all the time because they don't have an authoritative tone.
Yeah, they're not authoritarian.
Yeah, they're not at all.
Yeah.
And I was like, what ship are we running here?
Yeah.
Like, this is
You're
crazy.
going to write that ship. It's going to be good.
It sounds frustrating already. But yeah, I'm going to go in and just take over probably. But then they were like, oh, she asked me different scenarios. And I was like, yeah, I would do this for this and this. And she goes, those are just perfect ways to answer that, Dane. And I was like,
She's like, I love
Yeah.
you. It's like, I mean, you would be good at this. I mean, you want to date? I mean, you're head leader now of our household. I'm sorry.
she
I'm
is
sorry.
62 years old, Samuel.
Yo, it's that time of day, so listen up, because it's time for some sports talk. The segment where we boldly analyze things we barely watched. Did we do research?
Factually, no. Emotionally, yes.
We're talking Big Daddy hacks, devastating sacks, and
fourth quarter
comebacks. But most importantly, no soccer. 62 years old.
Yeah, she's
young,
62.
young. You're not old until you're 68.
Forever young.
So, Wiffle Ball Championship, it happened this past week. Yes, we did make the championship. I mentioned that before. And we thought it would be a good game. We have not won the championship since 2022.
Big
2023, I think we had a really good year. I think
Tough
we're like
year.
9-1, give or take, in the regular season. And
That was
then
a
we
tough year
lost,
for all of us.
lost in the semifinals. Not a good year.
Man, you lost. I lost that year too.
Yeah.
I got cancer that year.
Yeah. Helped the plays on the pod. So
Sure did.
2024, we were all over the place. Didn't really play that well. Lost in the semis again. This year, it was a redemption story in a lot of ways.
The comeback train.
Won the semifinal game against our arch nemesis. They went with the championship.
A rival firm.
And we were getting ready, kind of warming up, and then I was kind of noticing, I'm like, there are main pitchers in here. The one that throws like really aggressively, kind of crazy, but we can hit him kind of sometimes. But I'm like, okay. Oh, he's not showing up. He's going to a concert. Okay, that's cool. That means we probably have a better chance, right?
Lame-o.
Yeah, wrong, because they had this other like lefty dude pitch, and he was just throwing it lights. He looked like Chris Sale out there.
He was even better.
He was better than Chris Sale.
Wow.
Like he was throwing it so hard and just looked lights out. I did only get out, I think, twice against him. I think I had like give or take like 3 hits, got walked once or twice, got out like twice. But the other 3 guys on my team did not have so much luck. I think 2 of them never got on base. And then another guy, I think, got on once. And I'm like, I don't think we can win this if we score 0 runs.
Did you tell him that's not good enough?
And basically, we end up losing 5-0. And part of it was on me. I could have thrown a shutout. I should have. I underestimated their worst player because I had 2 strikes on him. I kind of threw like a lob, and he hit a 2-run homer. I'm like, that's not what I needed there. I probably could have got him out. And then like an inning later, another guy who was slightly better, he got a 2-run homer. I'm like, that doesn't really help either when we're not hitting well. And then I think in the 3rd inning, I gave up like 1 more run. So they end up scoring 5. But like last time we played them, they scored like 13 or 14.
Yeah.
So if you only give up 5 runs, like you probably should win, or you have a good chance. But we
0 scores.
You're not going to win a lot.
0 wins 0 games, actually.
Yeah. And the only way this could have maybe worked was if I could have shut them out through 5 innings.
Right.
Because then you go to extras. There's a 5-inning game.
Perfect game.
But once you go through 5, you have to change pitchers. So he would have had to come out.
That would have
But then I would have had to come out.
Yep.
But we actually have a pretty good backup. I don't know what they have.
Well, it would have been the 3rd guy.
It would have been, so we would have probably won, but I would have had to give up no runs through 5, which I did not do.
You would have had to been perfect through 5.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. And I did play pretty well, but the other guys did hit. One of the guys hit the farthest like foul ball I've seen in my life.
Dang.
But it was a mile foul.
In wiffle ball.
Yeah, wiffle ball.
Yeah.
And another guy also hit a deep one that would have been a home run, but it was just foul. And I'm like,
man,
if you straighten that out, we would be better right now.
Yeah, if you were just straight, it'd be better.
Yeah, definitely. But it was very unfortunate. We did lose. I sat in my car for about 20 minutes, just kind of contemplating everything about life.
Those are the best nights when you're
losing, and then you're just sitting in the car like, what do I do now?
When you're so mad about how you played in a game that you just like, you sit there and you ever talk to yourself in the car the whole way home? You're your own dad.
I immediately did go to play pickleball. I needed to get some wins. I think I'd played a little bit better that night, and that was also the night before we played in the tournament, so I need to get some reps in. Again, I played so-so. Didn't play like amazing, but I just need to get my mind off that devastating loss, and I was pretty sad, but that's what happened. Another year, another loss, and maybe next year. Next year could maybe be our year. We'll see. We'll see.
I want to start an accounting firm so I can be in this league.
If you work downtown, you can.
What?
It's if you pay like dues of any kind, I think to like the downtown business association, then you can have a wiffle ball team.
I want a wiffle ball team.
So like where Jake's Body Shop, Judgmental Jake, etc. His company that he works for could
Keep Supply.
They could have one, I think, pretty easily, and especially with them, we play some games in the square. They can literally see from their building into the square. So if they wanted a team, I'm sure they can make a team next year and be fine.
Man.
So that's all you got to do. You just got to have like dues you're paying to this downtown association, and then you can join the wiffle ball league.
Wow.
So
then they got a bunch of old people that would love to play that.
Yeah.
Former baseball players that are in their like mid-30s now.
They have a lot of people who would probably do it. So if they want to, and they have like a competitive league that we were in, and then they have like a more of a nonchalant league where the strike zone is like a lawn chair. And so there's like 12 teams in that, and there's 4 teams in the competitive league. And I'm like, put some people in the competitive league from your other league, and it's dumb that people don't want to do it.
You know what I've noticed as we've gotten older?
That we talk a lot in the podcast when we don't have notes about this stuff, and we're going to talk for way too long, but it's going to be okay?
No.
Oh, okay. What else do you notice?
Where is the competitive people? Like
people all the time are like, I'm tired. Oh, I don't really care. Well, then there's that pro pickleballer or pro tennis player who's played pickleball for 6 months.
Right.
Way too intense.
Man.
There's a balance. There's people who don't care at all. Be better. And there's people who care way too much. I'm like, you're the worst. Get in the middle. That's where we're at.
I think it's
or
80.
Slightly more towards the competitive, but
Right.
enough where it's like people don't completely hate us, but also people don't respond to my text.
I think it's 80, 15, and 5. 80% of the people don't really care and don't try and aren't competitive.
Yeah. And just aren't athletic in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15% of people are like There's a flavor of competitiveness of like you're trying to win, but you're not going to be like a real a-hole about it.
Yeah.
And then there's the people who are going to be an a-hole about it, and they're also competitive.
Yeah.
And so those people are the people who make it no fun.
And it's okay to hit that 5% like every once in a while. Like depending on the scenario, you can barely get there, but try to stay in the 15.
If this is an actual organized thing, then you can get to that level. But if you're doing something that's generally for fun, and then, we're putting a little money on the line now, like fantasy football.
Yeah.
Like, don't be an idiot jerk about it.
Yeah.
But be
don't be an
competitive.
idiot jerk, guys. Such an idiot jerk.
But man, when people tell me they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm super competitive," I'm like, "Are you?
Are you really?"
And then 9 times out of 10, they're not. I'm just like, "Oh yeah, you." When you say competitive, you mean you prefer? I guess I prefer winning than losing. That's what you meant by competitive. And I'm like, no, you guys don't understand. I cheated in Monopoly while getting chemo in a hospital. Are you kidding me? On Thanksgiving.
You hit every spot of that bingo card. It was wild.
I cheated in Monopoly on Thanksgiving in a hospital. I enlisted my nurses to help me cheat against my siblings. Are you kidding me? That's competitive.
Yeah, that's where you need to be.
Yeah.
But that's my main sports updates of the week. What about you, Dane? What are you thinking?
You got my gears all
Hey, we already went through that segment. We can't go back to it.
You got me all jazzed up, Samuel.
And this is our jazz segment.
So, realizing that this season is 2 weeks away, I have to do
football season.
Football season is 2 weeks away. I have to do 2 divisions today here on the podcast: the AFC North and the AFC South.
But you don't need.
We'll go through it faster.
Don't need to break them down. Just say it.
No, we're gonna go through it faster. So, actually, I need to pull up all the teams.
So fast.
AFC.
How do you spell that again?
South. What? Okay, so the AFC South. Here's how it's gonna go. I don't know how this is going to go, actually.
This is what you're supposed to talk about.
I know, but I look at it, I'm like, man, they're going to be a little bit better. But either way, here's how it's going to go. It's going to go Titans in last place. They just had the number 1 pick. I think they're not going to be that great again this year. So Titans, I'm going to guess 5 wins. Next, I'm going to guess the Colts will finish 3rd, and they're also going to have 5 wins. They're not going to be great. They're on the up and up, but they just named their number 4 overall pick that they drafted to play quarterback for the next decade. They just benched him in favor for a guy who got cut and now signed with them.
Nice.
So I'm going to guess Colts 3rd. I'm going to go, man, this is where it gets tough because I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the Texans to finish 2nd. And they're going to have 9 wins. They're going to go 9-8, and that leaves the Jaguars to win the division because I love their head coaching hire, Liam Cohen. He's coming from the Buccaneers, where he made Baker Mayfield really good, and he has all kinds of weapons. They just drafted Travis Hunter. Brian Thomas Jr. is going to be great. Trevor Lawrence was supposed to be a prodigy at one point. You know what? And this is the real test. This is year 5. He's got a good offensive-minded head coach now. Let's see what happens. So that is going to be your AFC South.
Okay, and that takes us to the
AFC North.
Okay, and again, how do you spell that?
N-O-W, North.
I thought it was AFC.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so this division is probably this along with the AFC West.
Yeah.
And the NFC North. Those are the 3 best divisions in football.
Okay.
And so this division, who's going to get last place? We're going to say it together on 3. 1, 2, 3. The
Texans.
Browns.
The Browns have so many quarterbacks. How could they lose?
Exactly. So the Browns actually have 6 quarterbacks on their roster right now, one of which is he who must not be named, Deshaun Watson.
Just really quick, just this just in. Mm-hmm. You said the AFC. Wait, which one does the Titans play in again?
That is the South.
They are beating the Vikings right now in a preseason game. I think that means they're going to win the division.
Preseason means absolutely nothing.
Okay. Who's the next one?
They don't even play real defenses in the preseason. But so the Browns are going to finish last. Obviously, they're going to be competing for the worst team in football. I'm going to go 3 wins for the Browns. Finishing 3rd place, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wait.
What?
Are we doing the AFC South or North right now?
Already did the AFC South. Just did the AFC South.
Okay, that's where I got confused. Okay, because you wrote it on here, North and then South. And then I didn't realize you said that, and now it all makes sense. So we're in the AFC North.
I wanted to do the more interesting division second.
Okay, now I understand. I was confused there. I'm like, did you just say that all wrong?
No.
Okay, so the next team.
So Pittsburgh Steelers, 3rd.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers, 41 years old. He's going to be better than what they had last year, Russell Wilson.
They're going to finish at least 500.
Think so?
Because the coach has not finished under 500
Mike Tomlin.
ever. And
Yeah.
he's not going to do it this year with Aaron Rodgers. I think they'll get at least 9 wins. I think they'll get 9 wins.
I like the moves they made this year. I like the running back changeup that they brought in. They brought in Caleb Johnson out of Iowa. They brought in Aaron Rodgers, who's going to be better than what they had at quarterback last year.
Yep.
They brought in DK Metcalf, who is actually a really good receiver, paid him a lot of money, got rid of George Pickens, who went to the best team
Did you see that DK
football.
Metcalf is going to be in a movie with Josh Allen's wife?
Haley Steinfeld?
Steinfeld or whatever.
I don't know.
Apparently they're in like some random movie together.
I would have said no.
Yeah,
If I'm Josh.
I'm like, oh, no. We just got married. I don't want you around DK.
I've seen how fast that man is and how many abs
We don't
he
want
has.
DK to have it his way.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Sorry.
That's crazy.
What were you saying, Dave?
The defense is always amazing in Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin has always been amazing at that. They just traded Minkah Fitzpatrick for Jalen Ramsey, which both are kind of over the hill, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So I think Pittsburgh is on the up and up, and they'll go 89, 9-8, something like that. Then second place, I got to go with the Bengals. Bengals are going to be really good this year,
You gotta put.
but they have no defense.
But it doesn't matter when you have the amazing offense. If you score 87 points, it doesn't matter if you give up 88.
They're going to have to score 87 points in order to win these games. And so I think they're going to be good, but it's just going to be plagued for them. So they're going to go, I'm debating between 10 and 11 games. I'm going to go 10 and 7 for the Bengals, just because they can't stop a nosebleed.
And then it makes sense that they get 10 and the Steelers get 9, and then the Browns are winning like 5 games.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. And then the Ravens, I'm picking to win the Super Bowl. So
They won't. The Packers are winning it.
no. I told you, 2027 is your year.
But why
The year
not
of love.
start this year?
No, that doesn't make sense.
Okay.
It's not as good of a story if they do it this year. And the NFL is all about script writing.
Okay.
You
whatever.
know this.
Whatever. Okay.
So I'm picking the Ravens to win this year. Amazing defense. Second year in amazing offense. Derrick Henry is going to be back. He's going to be amazing again. Some of their guys are getting healthy. They don't have as many injuries. Lamar's amazing. And I think they're going to be 13-4. Like, that'll be their record this year. And that's my sports talk.
Nice.
Okay, we've officially thrown the script out the window. It's time for the main segment. And honestly, who knows where this is going? We don't. You don't.
God does.
But he's not telling.
Welcome back to the main segment where we talk about the main segment stuff. And we're doing the best inventions in history. We're both drafting our top 5, going back a little snake draft, back and forth.
Of best inventions of all time.
Dane, I have a number behind my back.
You stole this from Pickleball.
Yes, I did. So now you have to guess.
2.
It's 3, which means I get to go first because I didn't specify what numbers I'm going with.
That's crazy.
So with my first
In
overall
pickleball,
pick,
it's supposed to be 1 or 2,
Hey.
and you pick one or the other, and then whoever gets it gets to pick if they want to serve or not. And then Samuel just did 3.
you didn't guess it, so I'm good. Number 1 overall pick, I'm going with the light bulb.
Ooh, that's a pretty good one.
It is
currently
pretty good.
using them.
Using a lot of them around here, which is pretty nice. And I like the light bulb so that way we can see how late we are up at night.
Yeah, instead of burning a candle.
Yeah, so
if you will.
Yeah. So light bulb's pretty nice.
Light bulb is pretty nice.
They're pretty lit, some people might say.
I mean,
2017, 2016, 2018, kind of 2019 and 2020, a little bit of 2021 Samuel as well. All would have said it's pretty lit.
Dang it. Does this include like light bulbs on screens and things like that?
Just because there's so many things, I'm not going to technically say that, but
Yeah, I think we have to draw a limit.
yeah, we'll kind of play by ear a little bit. I won't try to be too overly obsessive, OCD about it or whatever, but I'm just going the light bulb for this pick.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. You know, we have a clapping sound.
Yes, that yeah.
Instead you
No,
clapped.
I wanted to clap. Okay. So what about you? What are you going with your first overall pick?
I got 2 picks here.
Yeah, you do.
All right. Well, I'm glad everybody asked. I think everybody knows where I'm going with this.
Where are you going?
Obviously, the number 1 overall pick for best invention in history is air conditioning.
No idea where you were going.
That's the best invention of all time. I mean, man, I cannot stand being hot outside. I can't sleep.
But
I
you
can't
just
think.
said earlier how much you like playing pickleball in the weather.
I love playing pickleball. So I don't mind sweating if I know I'm going to go sweat.
Yeah.
If I that way I'm not wearing like whenever I wear clothes on a Sunday and I'm wearing nice clothes or whatever, and then they make me stack a bunch of chairs and put away all the tables and things like that.
Don't bring that up ever again.
Oh man,
It's a stack specifically.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to cuss on the pod. But when they make me do all these chores on Sundays, whenever I'm wearing my like Sunday fancy clothes, I'm just like, hey, what are we doing here? Are you kidding me? But it's okay. I love to serve the people.
Why did you bring that up?
For air conditioning.
Why did you bring up the chairs?
Because I don't mind sweating if I know I'm going to sweat. But if I'm wearing my Sunday fancy clothes, I'm not planning on sweating, clearly.
Also, just bring up the AC. I hate the AC at the church we go to because
cold?
it is negative 18 degrees during the services. And I'm like, I legitimately have to wear a long sleeve at church in middle of summer because it's too cold.
You sound like all the girls that I work with.
Okay, it's too cold.
They all bring blankets.
They have it set, I think, at like 64.
No.
Or something crazy. It should be like, it should legitimately be like 71 or 72.
Maybe in the auditorium.
And
No,
maybe
it's too hot.
I think it's fine early. Turn it down a little bit as the day goes on. At 8 a.m.,
You know what I
it is
bet?
freezing in that building. It does not heat up well.
I got $1 that I bet at our 8 a.m. gathering when there's less people and less.
That's why it's so cold.
The sun hasn't risen yet.
Yeah.
It's cold to us, but then by the time 9 hits, it's a little warmer.
Well, because the
by
building
time 11 hits,
starts
it's
getting
hot.
hit
Yeah.
by the sun, so it
Yeah.
starts warming up. But at 8 a.m., the
Yeah.
sun's just rising.
At 11 a.m. when the sun is peak and there's 900 people
5
in
p.m.
the,
5 p.m. is about to be wild.
it's going to be.
Yeah. Okay, so air conditioning, your number one overall pick.
Yep. Air conditioning is amazing. We're using it right now, obviously.
Well, we actually have a fan blowing on us.
There's also air conditioning that's been going on.
But the fan is what's keeping us the coolest.
fans are fun too.
Yeah.
I sleep with a fan every night.
Yeah. How many fans are in here?
One.
Yeah, that's my only fan.
Okay. Samuel's inappropriate on the podcast. Somehow I'm the only appropriate one.
What? I mean, I just said that's my only fan.
You know what? I'm telling Lauren.
What? She can listen on the pod. I just said that's my only fan. You said there's one in here, right? Nothing that says wrong.
Samuel said he has an OnlyFans.
No. I said that is my only fan. Okay, what's your next pick?
Well, this is where everybody actually thought I was going to go. Mountain Dew.
You're the worst.
Second best pick in history.
Okay. And if you keep the Mountain Dew in air conditioning, it'll cool it down, obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Cold Dew,
yeah.
good. Warm Dew, bad.
Okay.
Most
So,
warm drinks are bad.
it's-
Hot tea's bad. Coffee's disgusting.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll accept that's warm that I will drink is hot chocolate.
Okay, that's
But
good.
occasionally.
That's good.
But Mountain Dew. Imagine
The
you're
other day at work, someone said, what chocolate shouldn't be a drink? Like, who has chocolate drinks? I'm like, do you know what hot chocolate is? And he's like, okay, that's a good point. Because they had this A&W, like, ice cream float. It was some
Sounds
weird
disgusting.
drink. It was like an ice cream sundae root beer. And it tasted like a s'mores Pop-Tart.
tasted like dreams.
And then that's why he's talking about there shouldn't be, like, chocolate drinks. I'm like, have you heard of hot chocolate? But what were you saying?
Imagine you're sitting there and you're thinking,
That's at you, Nathan. He listens to the pod.
good.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there and you're like, you know what? I need something to take the edge off. I don't want to smoke. Smoking is bad. Smoking kills people. You know what brings life and life abundantly?
Barbecue from a smoker.
Jesus actually
That
brings
too.
life and life abundantly.
Okay.
And then that one super far down after that is Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is the sweet nectar that God has graced us with, and we use it to drink, to consume, to have a good time, to keep us awake, to overall improve quality of life. And I will not tolerate any slander from Lindsay Reed that says Mountain Dew's what causes cancer, Dane. Whatever. We don't know that. I asked the doctor. He said there's no research for that. So Mountain Dew could have cured COVID too. We don't know that.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is Mountain Dew.
Okay. I could go a different route with this, but just because he said Mountain Dew, my legitimate next pick was the refrigerator. And the
Nice.
reason I had was to keep our Mountain Dew fresh.
See?
So our picks kind of go well together. I picked the refrigerator to keep the Mountain Dew fresh. You pick the Mountain Dew itself, but also I can keep other drinks like milk cold. And you know, your boy needs protein.
Leftover food.
Yeah, leftover food as well. Assuming you don't eat it all.
Cheese.
Cheese is good.
Cheese is good.
Yogurt.
Gogurt, yeah.
Yogurt, yeah.
Cold water.
Cold water.
In the fridge.
Yep, that's good.
Ice from the
No,
fridge.
ice is usually in the freezer.
Okay.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about the refrigerator. But that's all I'm done. I'm done with the refrigerator.
True.
That was my number 2 pick. Number 3 pick
You look like
is
a
the radio.
Radio.
And the reason for it is because then I can hear Mike Shannon say, back. Oh, yeah, that's another homer for Albert Pujols.
Mike Shannon's dead.
Albert Pujols also isn't playing baseball.
That too.
So, yeah, the radio's nice. The radio's nice, you know? And sometimes when we work out at the gym, they
True.
don't have like a normal playlist. So they're just playing the radio.
Are you talking about
And
FM
if you're-
radio?
and- I mean, FM's pretty nice.
FM radio should be extinct by
So
now.
you're talking about AM radio?
No, AM radio should have been gone 20 years ago.
We're talking about the radio. What are you talking about?
Yeah, radio shouldn't be a thing anymore.
We're talking about just inventions in general.
We can stream
Without
everything
the radio,
now.
we wouldn't have streaming.
Yeah, but we're not getting there yet, Samuel.
We wouldn't have got there without the radio.
We don't know
Okay,
that.
what are your next picks?
Number 3. I think we all know where I'm going with this.
Definitely.
So number-
Lindsay.
No, Lindsay wasn't invented. She's a person. Number 3
Yep.
is something near and dear to my heart.
Your shirt.
No, this is
Skin.
where I work. Fantasy football.
Good pick. Good
Yeah.
pick. I feel like these all go well together because fantasy football players a lot of times are a little bit bigger and they like to be in air conditioning because they're too hot outside and they drink a lot of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I listened to a podcast the other day.
That's
and
cool. The Until Next Week podcast.
It wasn't that one.
Has 138 episodes, soon to be 139.
Soon to be a billion.
Yeah. Okay.
But then also, I listened to a podcast, a fantasy football podcast, and some fan wrote in and asked him, like, what are your favorite draft snacks? And I'm
Yeah.
like, what? I've never thought about what snacks I want while I'm drafting. Like, I think about food if I'm going to an actual draft event. I'm like, yeah, you can get some wings to eat beforehand and then draft. But I'm like, I just want to drink when I'm drafting. I need to be able to focus and not be eating Cheetos and
Yeah.
getting Cheetos all over everything.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is fantasy football is amazing, and it single-handedly gives me an outlet to like be my fake GM that I've always wanted to be, but also no paperwork.
Nice.
So it's the best of all worlds.
So that was number 3. What's number 4 for you?
I think we all know where I'm going with this.
No one knows where you're going, Dane. No one knows where you're going. Pickleball paddles from Friday Pickleball. Use the code Samuel14434 and get $5 off your order of a minimum of 2 pickleball paddles. Is that your pick?
Welcome back from that commercial break. That sounded like an infomercial.
It was pretty informative.
Number 4 is tacos. I love tacos, man.
Tacos are nice.
Tacos are amazing.
Because tacos were a very important invention.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
So they saved a lot of people. And so,
In what way?
in a way that we can't discuss, there's no time. But whenever I was growing up, the only thing we did for our birthdays, like whenever we were growing up, was you got to pick what we had for dinner that night.
And you're like, I want fried chicken.
No.
Okay.
Mark didn't know how to make fried chicken, so we didn't have fried
Burgers.
chicken. No, he made burgers, but no, I never picked that.
So what would you have then?
I would always pick tacos.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That makes more sense.
So Mark would make homemade white mom tacos, which I still think are delicious to this day. But he also used to work at Taco Bell. He got fired from Taco Bell, but
That's like,
when he was like 16.
that's wild.
He got fired because he was working the until 2 a.m. shift, and he was the manager, the night manager. And so he ran out of beef. Like the whole store ran out of beef. And then he said,
Where's the beef?
Exactly. And he was running low on everything else too, because the orders just didn't come in that day or something. And so he said to everybody in the restaurant, hey, we're out of beef, but we still have beans and can still do anything with that if you guys would like that. And most people were like, yeah, cool. And then he told his assistant manager, hey, go lock the doors. We're going to close early because we're going to run out of stuff. And then he did that. And right when that happened, like 10 minutes after that, the store owner's son came by and couldn't get in. He was hammered or whatever. And so then told his dad about it. His dad was like, why'd you close? Well, we didn't have stuff. And he go, well, you got to stay open anyways. You got to serve the people. You're fired.
Serve them what?
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah. You want a drink, I guess? You
That's wild.
want some water?
That's the worst.
So Mark got fired for that. But tacos was what I always picked on my birthday for us to eat. Lindsay would always pick spaghetti, I believe. And Cole, I don't remember what Cole actually wanted, but he had something. But yeah, that's what we would do for our birthdays. To
Nice.
just have our favorite food that day.
Next pick for me is the television, so I can watch the Cowboys lose in the playoffs to the Packers, because that was the beginning of the continual end of the Cowboys. They have been horrible ever since. They were horrible actually before, and they just can't win under Jerry. Boo, Jerry, boo.
Too far, Samuel. You took that too far.
I didn't take it far enough.
You can't talk about my beloved Cowboys like that.
The beloved Cowboys, who are failures, and I can watch it in HD TV or 4K or whatever.
Jerry makes me very upset.
Yeah.
In life.
Hey, it's my turn. But do you have anything else to say?
In life, and also at sleeping time.
Yeah.
And also when I've been watching his documentary recently.
Yeah.
I've been like, I hate Jerry Jones more now that I'm watching this.
Yep. Last pick is tennis shoes.
Ooh.
So I can keep running circles around you.
No one can run around me because I am the gingerbread man.
You run around you 3 times and you turn into a stone.
No, I don't know what that
Turn into a
means.
chicken.
No.
I don't know what it means.
I'm not Medusa.
Nah, I'm not going to make that joke. Not going to make that joke. Okay.
You take a deuce.
No, I was going to... You guys, so Medusa, change out the first letter of that with like another letter. Okay, go through each letter of the alphabet right now. So Medusa, change out the M with the first letter of the non-vowels.
Non-vowels.
Yeah. So start.
A, B, C,
So
D,
are you going to say it?
E, G, H, I,
He's doing it in his head.
J,
Okay, keep going.
K, L, M, N, O, P,
Mm-hmm.
Q, R, S, T.
No, you kept going.
Oh, I get it.
I was like, come on. It was a dumb joke, and you didn't get it.
You're saying Sedusa.
Yes. And you skipped over. I'm like, how is that not? You thought about it for so long, and then you just went.
Well, because I just said them all to see what you would do. And then I was like, okay, what are they? And I was like, Q, qua. And I was like, that's not it. R, ra. And then I was like, is it T? And I was like,
over S?
yeah, I went right over S. And I was like, no, it's not ta. And you were like, you just went right over it. I was like, sa? And I was like, oh, Sedusa.
Yeah. So that's what happened on this podcast.
You're unreal.
Yep. I tried to make a joke, and you made it funnier. But yeah, tennis shoes, my last pick. Feeling pretty good.
I like tennis shoes.
Yeah. So
I'm wearing them.
just to mention again, I had the light bulb, refrigerator, the radio, TV, and tennis shoes. And you had air conditioning, Mountain Dew, fantasy football, tacos, and
Country music.
country music.
I love me some country music. I basically named all of my favorite things in this. And then I had 3 honorable mentions as well.
Nice. Do you want to say those right now, really quick? And I'll say mine?
Competition,
Okay, that's good.
fire, and the Bible.
Bible's your 8th pick.
I mean, they're all honorable mentions. They're just grouped in.
I mean, I almost picked the printing press so that we could print the Bible, so that
True.
way, you know,
We can read the Bible.
that's the reason you have a job.
We can get to more people faster.
I also had like the car or train.
Yours
Just in
were
case-
all normal.
Just in case you said car, then I would say, well, what about the train? The train
Trains are
went
real.
so the car could go.
What about
And
the
then
plane?
I also
then?
put like glasses and contacts so I could see
That's true. You
your
are
beautiful
blind.
face. See your beautiful face.
Whoa.
And then also I, not really that important, but I put the internet.
Ooh, love the internet.
And I also had GPS, but I kind of included that with the internet. But it's nice knowing where you're going,
The
or
internet-
where you've been.
The internet's brought me more laughs than I can remember.
Yeah, but it's also brought a lot of downs as well. There's a lot of ups and
Sure.
downs, which is why it's an honorable mention. It's not one of my top 5.
Yeah. Here's the thing with the internet and like,
And then also podcast.
yeah, podcasts. are fun.
Specifically, the Until Next Week podcast should have been our number 1 pick for the greatest invention.
Podcasts, like streaming.
Also,
platforms-
cameras are kind of nice.
No. Streaming
Microphones aren't bad.
anymore.
Computers are pretty cool. Hats are good for you.
Why?
And you should have picked sunscreen.
No. I just stay inside. I hate sunscreen.
You stay inside in the AC. Good point. Good
Yeah.
point. Good point.
But
And then energy drinks are also good.
streaming services.
Also
are the
pens,
best.
because I get a lot of autographs.
All right, you're cut
But
off.
bobbleheads are also nice.
I'm
because
going
you
to
can
press
sell.
a button.
Okay. And that has been our main segment.
Sam's little known facts, out of the box and off the tracks. Oddball genius that knows about tax. Sam's little known facts, and he never listens to Jack. Welcome back to Dane's Manifesto. That Samuel skipped over. No, do yours. Do yours first. You already played it.
You know, you were talking so long, I didn't think you had a manifesto anymore.
You went straight. You were like, and that was been our main segment. Press this button. And
Besides water,
That's why I was
tea
laughing.
is the most popular beverage worldwide. Your
I like
heart
tea.
beats an average of 100,000 times each day, but my heart beats even more when I'm around you.
100,000.
Yeah, I did the math. If it averages 60 a minute, you're at like 88,000. So most people are probably like 70 a minute or something.
I like sweet tea.
You like tacos.
Milo's. sweet tea.
Dolphins can hold their breath underwater for 8 to 10 minutes, so not as long as that one random dude we talked about a few weeks ago. Buzz Lightyear's original name was Lunar Larry. That's a dumb name.
That sounds like a
Larry,
druggie.
or it sounds like Larry Boy. They're like, we can't be like VeggieTales here.
Sounds like a crazy person or a druggie.
Yeah. And then a chicken once lived for 18 months without its head.
Nice.
Yeah.
Science rules.
Yeah. And that has been Samuel's little known facts. And now it's time for
Manifesting. Welcome back to our manifesting segment where we manifest all things manifesting.
I double clicked it.
Wow, if you're walking, sit down. If you're driving, pull over, because this is time for the alarming, shocking, jarring point of the episode where we look into the future of a manifestation. And now we are going to be talking about free stuff. Free stuff gets people to too many places. You know how I know that?
How?
This past week, we had our young adults ministry relaunch after summer break or whatever, which was only 2 weeks. And
Yeah.
I don't think anybody should take any breaks ever. But we relaunched and they had free tacos, and it was amazing. And the place they got the tacos from is my favorite taco place.
You're just bringing everything back up. Tacos again, free stuff again.
Yeah.
Man.
And so there's literally down the street, like less than 5 minutes away driving, is my favorite taco place for my work.
It's called I Love Tacos.
It's called I Love Tacos. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Oh, Mr. Jackson, welcome back." And I'm like, "Yes, thank you." And
You say your name's Jackson?
yeah, I definitely tell them my name is Jackson.
Wild.
Because saying Dane is hard to pronounce over the
Okay.
phone. But so yeah, I love tacos there, and then we were averaging probably 60 to 70 at most. How many do you think were there?
People?
Yeah, people.
Probably like 150.
It was 136.
I think it was 137.
Yeah,
You didn't count that one guy.
sure.
Yeah.
I didn't count. It was somebody who told me that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, the only thing that changed is that we had free food.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you're telling me that we went from we more than doubled.
You also have to think about that
I guess we rebranded.
they rebranded.
Oh, we gave away
you
free t-shirts,
changed
too.
the day of the week.
We did
as
change to
well.
Tuesdays.
And I feel like Tuesdays there's probably less people doing stuff than Thursdays.
Yeah.
And then also it gives people who haven't really done anything, they're like, oh, there's a big relaunch. This is the perfect time to go for the first time.
There was some people who were there for the first time, and
Yeah.
one dude said he was a rapper. He had a rap deal, and I was like,
Was
okay.
his name Lecrae?
No.
Okay.
I was like, his name was Jordan.
Jordan.
But I was like,
I'm sure
okay.
it wasn't Joshua.
No,
I
it
knew a
was Jordan.
Joshua who I went to high school with, and he releases a lot of rap albums.
This guy's older than you, I think.
Okay.
Or maybe he's not. I don't know. He was talking all about how he's speaking on stages and things like that. I was
You're
like,
like, wow, you're really big. I don't really know who you are.
yeah, now he's in the army. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, so yeah, free stuff gets people to too many places, because then we also, for the first 25 people, we gave away a free t-shirt too. And
Yeah,
so I
that was
was
pretty
like,
common.
yeah, I was like, oh yeah, we launched merch and stuff, and I'm supposed to wear, since I'm on the leadership team for our young adults ministry, I'm supposed to wear that every Tuesday now. And I'm like, well,
You're like, I don't want to be on leadership anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to wear this shirt every single Tuesday.
I'm like, I don't want to wear this I'm trying not to do that. But other than that, I'm going to name the top
Yeah.
10 tight ends in fantasy football for me this year.
Just shoot them off. We don't need
Let's
to dig
see
into it.
I got to get to 10 first. So, number 10 for me, his name is Tyler Warren, Indianapolis Colts tight end. He was drafted this year out of
Nice.
Penn State.
Okay.
He should be amazing. Number 9, Tucker Kraft, yards after catch merchant. He plays for
The Packers.
the Packers.
Yeah.
Good job. Number 8, Evan Ingram of the Denver Broncos.
He's always on waivers.
He got brought in this year to be kind of that guy, and then throwing up the seam. Bo Nix loves it, and Sean Payton loves throwing to his tight end. Number 7 here, he might be moving up soon. David Njoku, and he plays for the Browns.
David and Joku? Why did he get picked 2 people there?
David Njoku.
Okay. David and Joku.
No.
Okay, keep going.
Samuel hates his last name. It's
Okay.
Njoku. Njoku. So he's going to have a good season because Joe Flacco was just named quarterback there, starting
I saw
quarterback.
that. Shout out.
And so that's great news for him. Number 6, Sam Laporta. He had a number 1 overall tight end season 2 years ago for Detroit.
And then last year, he was bad.
He was booty cheeks last year, ruined
Yeah.
a lot of people's teams.
Yeah.
Number 5 is TJ Hawkinson, former Lion, now Viking, and JJ McCartney. I'm cautiously optimistic about the Vikings.
McCartney or McCarthy?
McCarthy, I think.
Okay, McCarthy. There we go.
Yeah, I said it wrong. But cautiously optimistic about that. that team this year because J.J. McCarthy was a first-round picked by Kevin O'Connell, the head coach, and now he has another year where he got injured last year, had meniscus surgery, and so now it's going to be their guy they picked, and he's going to be a first-round talent. I think he might be pretty good, guys.
Might be. We'll see.
Number 4, a guy who dominated tight ends for forever, Travis Kelce. Write in the comments how inappropriate Samuel has been this entire podcast. But I do think this
checks out.
I do also think this is Travis Kelce's last season. So hopefully he goes out with a bang.
Yeah.
This guy, number 3, is a guy who I think will be winning people fantasy football championships.
Ooh.
His name is George Kittle.
Kittle's just a country boy.
Oh, yeah, he's crazy. But he's crazy. He's going to be the tight end for the 49ers. And why is he going to win people fantasy championships?
Because he's basically a wide receiver.
He's the only person not injured on that team.
That also helps.
Like, all of their receivers are injured. He got an established a rapport with Brock Purdy. Love Brock Purdy. But he's also a great tight end in general. He has all kinds of yards after catch ability, and then also has a nose for the end zone. And then he's going to be the only guy they throw the ball to other than Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
So it's like they lost Deebo Samuel. More targets for George. That's what it's going to be. Number 2, the guy who was the number 2 tight end last year, Trey McBride. He was the number 1 target in the Arizona Cardinals offense last year. And this year, I think he'll be a lot of the same because Kyler Murray seems to like him, and he's a pretty good tight end.
Yeah.
So I think he reasonably should finish number 2. And number 1, the prodigy last year, burst on the scene, finished number 1 overall at the tight end position last year, Brock Bowers for the Raiders.
Oh, forgot about him.
So with Aiden O'Connell and some other quarterback that was terrible, I can't even remember his name right now.
Was it Minshew?
Yeah, it was Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, I know stuff.
Yeah. So they were terrible last year, and now they bring in Geno Smith and Pete Carroll to be head coach.
Who likes to throw the ball.
Who loves to throw the ball to good players. And so I believe that Brock Bowers is going to be the recipient for a lot of that. And so they bring in a better quarterback, better head coach. Theoretically, Brock should have a better season, and he already finished number 1 overall last year at the tight end position. So I think he will be our number 1 tight end again this year. And that was Dane's manifesto. Same as Luna Facts. And now, it's time for Jokes with Jack.
What do you do when you are addicted to seaweed? You seek help.
And now, it's time for...
So, Jack's jokes suck.
Seaweed or seek weed. I think he said seek weed, and then you need to seek help.
Oh.
Because
I didn't hear him say seek help.
Yeah. So if you here, we'll
or
listen.
Or is it seek help?
No, let's hear the word.
What do you do when you are addicted to seaweed?
Yeah.
You seek help.
I think you might have said seek help.
I think kind of did.
Yeah.
But I think that's seaweed, seek help, but you seek help.
But the pun is seek help.
It's a funny joke when we have to really break it down.
It's a seaweed joke.
Yeah.
Seaweed jokes are...
It's funny because he was the one driver driving the wrong way in Florida, and everybody else was driving the other way. That's why it's funny.
Jack is Florida.
Yeah, Jack is Florida.
And Mrs. Jack.
Speaking of Mrs. Jack, we have some Instagram messages from this, or not Instagram messages, we have some podcast responses from this past week from Spotify. One of them is from Jack Holmgren, who put Dane's expertise and analysis of NFL teams' winning strategies and why each wide receiver was ranked in a certain order was quite impressive. Let's take these skills and knowledge and apply them to your current operation, Dane. How's that going?
I read that and I was like, unreal. And I was like, I can't believe I'm going to have to talk about my love life on the podcast. There's no current operation. Last one got shut down.
And the other ones you talk about on Patreon.
Yeah. No, there was a girl that she seemed somewhat interested. And then
she found out you had a podcast.
No, she has some old friend who started asking her on dates, so she wanted to go out with him. Or it's like, lame, block. No, but no operation. Correct.
Okay. Reiner put, wow. First I get Santa spoilers, then Dane deports me. Feels like my haters list is growing by the day. Hashtag justice for Reiner.
We should deport Reiner.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember what he did, but we should report him.
It doesn't matter.
Deport him.
He's Jack's friend, that's why.
Deportation.
And Angel Birdwell put, I found some of the microphones on our local Facebook Marketplace. Is $250 a good price? Also, the Mad Gag game was funny, and I think y'all got quite a few right. Thank you, Angela. So I kind of broke it down with the microphones. It really is a situation where you got to see them in person and make sure they're not fake, because I guess there's a ton of these microphones out there that are fakes, and Facebook Marketplace seems like a good place to sell fake stuff. So I'm very particular about the microphone situation. And one of those microphones, I think, was listed for $200, and the guy said I could have it for $150, and then he sold it out from underneath me, and I'm like, that would have been an amazing price. But basically, at this point, I'm trying to get them for that 200-ish range, and I don't know. I'll see. Eventually, I might jump on them, but who knows?
You're an amazing price.
Thanks. Then we had our poll from last week, which was, should Dane learn how to read?
Dang it.
And
I didn't see that.
The responses were, A, Dane needs some help, ... or Dane is too smart for it.
True.
And with 57.1% of the vote, Dane needs some help is the response. Oh, no.
Are you with Samuel right now?
Why
Yeah.
are you calling on this episode? You should call on our next episode. That way you might be recording right after this because we don't have as much content.
Oh, you want me to call in next week? Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
see you, bye.
Call us next week in like 30
Okay,
minutes. In like 30 minutes, call us next week.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. I don't know who that was.
Whoa, that was crazy and random and weird.
Disregard everything I just said.
I'm sorry I have a rule on the podcast.
yeah.
Anybody who calls me, I have
A
to
rule
answer
of three. A rule of three. But yeah, that was the. Oh, did I say 57.1% of the people said Dane needs some help?
No,
Or should
I'm
Dane
too
learn how
smart to read. I can absorb it.
Lindsay, if you have any further thoughts on this, you can leave a voice memo or whatever you want to do, because I know you have a lot of thoughts about Dane's reading capabilities.
I'm about to take a deep discipleship class.
Oh, yeah. That
And it's
deep
gonna-
discipleship.
It's going to last the entire school year, so
Yep.
9 months.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is going to be hard because
Yep.
they said there's a lot of reading to it. And I'm like, what? They said, yeah, there's like 50 pages of reading every week. And I'm like, bro, like, I don't understand what people don't get, that I cannot read that well.
It's okay. It's okay.
So,
And it's okay because our number one sponsor of the week is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And I
Yes.
heard that you may have a sermon for us today, Dane.
the good news is
Jesus is risen.
Jesus died on the cross for our sins. Yes.
He is risen indeed.
And
you didn't
so, well, I'm not Catholic.
say. We all say that. He is risen.
Do
he
we
is
say that
risen
on
indeed.
Easter?
Yeah.
I didn't go to Easter this year.
Okay, you better
I
pray
was,
about that.
I was serving at kids
Okay.
so that other people can go to Easter.
Sure.
I was watching 2-year-olds.
Yeah, then this year was also where we were at the giant
Yeah.
arena.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
had 3,000 people there.
Hashtag mega church. That's not really mega church, but technically it's a mega church, but not really.
Yeah, technically it meets the qualifications for it, but
We don't do the weird stuff, so that's a plus.
yet.
Okay, so what? So Jesus, yes, number one.
So this week I'm teaching again in Sunday school, essentially for the middle schoolers. And what I'm teaching on is the one I've always wanted to teach on, which is David and Goliath.
Hey, throw them stones.
And so I was going to start preparing it today and then talk about it on the pod tonight. And then I ran 12 miles and then
Yeah.
I couldn't move.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so I didn't prepare any of it. And tomorrow is going to be mostly me grinding it out. And when Judgmental Jake wasn't going to be here for the weekend,
Yeah.
I was like, sick. I can do this peaceably. Don't have to worry about it. And then now I'm like, well, I'm probably going to have to go somewhere quiet to where he doesn't bother me
Yeah.
for all of this. But also, yeah, Judgmental Jake said that I shouldn't go record the podcast tonight.
Every time.
Every time.
Down with Judgmental Jake.
Down with Judgmental Jake. Sing it with us, fans. Down with Judgmental Jake. Down with Judgmental Jake.
Down with that. Burn him at the stake.
Whoa.
No, I mean, I said he burned his steak. That's why we don't like him. He doesn't cook his steak. Well, actually, he cooks them well done. So back to you, Jesus. Yeah. What?
I'm not Jesus.
Sorry, you're talking about Jesus, David, and Goliath.
So I'm teaching about
We need
David
to make
Goliath
that
this
about
week.
it. Down with Judgmental Jake.
Down. Yeah, that would be funny. Oh man. So David and Goliath. So David gets anointed future king of Israel. And then he comes on the scene. He meets Saul, and then in chapter 16 of 1 Samuel 16, and then right after that, now it goes from 1 Samuel 16 where they're meeting each other and David plays the harp to now they're going to battle immediately. And I'm like, well, I feel like we skipped some things here, but Goliath comes out. He's huge. David,
lots of creatine.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like 9 foot tall. I think 9'6" is the estimate. And then David allegedly is somewhere. I was literally reading an article about this before we started the podcast. He's allegedly was around. He was like younger than 20 years old. He was believed to be between 16 and 19 years old because he was not yet serving in the army, which tells us he was definitely under 20 years old. So that's interesting. And they also think he was like 10 whenever something else happened. It was something up here. Oh, here it is. So when he was anointed king and he was like out in the field taking care of the sheep, it's believed that he was between 10 and 15 years of age. So that's crazy. And so now he is on the scene, getting ready to go fight Goliath. Everybody's trembling. This is like a scary moment for everybody involved because Goliath, it comes out and he starts saying some crazy things here. If I can find his quote.
It's like the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl this year.
No.
Sorry.
He said, I defy the ranks of Israel this day. Give me a man that we may fight together. When Saul and all of Israel heard these words of the Philistine, they were dismayed and greatly frightened. So they were super scared. And so David is the youngest. And then let's see here. You scroll down to what David's response was, if I can find it again. He says, Who is this uncircumcised Philistine?
I love that.
Yeah, here it is. And David said to the men who stood by him, what shall be done for the man who kills this Philistine and takes away the reproach from Israel? For who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God? That is a gauntlet throwdown. That's a pregame speech if you've ever heard one right there.
Yeah, it is.
And the people answered him in the same way. So shall it be done to the man who kills him. And so this is amazing. And then obviously what happens is David has 5 stones, but through the Lord's effort, he took the stone and he slung it and hit Goliath in the head and killed Goliath. And then he defeated the armies. And so it's an epic story of a young little shepherd boy taking down this Goliath behemoth of a man and defending Israel. And so the one point I have right now that I'm going to mention to the kids is that a lot of athletes like to take this, and a lot of false teachers like to take this and be like, who is your Goliath in your life? Are you going to take down the Goliath of singleness in your life? Turn to your neighbor and say, Goliath is my singleness. Talking to you, Joel Osteen.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah. And so, like, people and false teachers and athletes will take that to mean that the Goliath in their life is some obstacle in their life that they don't want to be in their life anymore. But in reality, like a person who teaches the Bible correctly, and this is a quote from one of my favorite pastors, he says, when you read the Bible, you try to read yourself into the story as the hero of the story. But newsflash, you're not David. You're not David, and the obstacle in front of you, your car breaking down, is not the Goliath in your life. Goliath is sin, and Jesus is David, because Jesus is the better David. He's the better Adam. He's the better Solomon. He's the better Paul. He's the better all of them. He's the better hero of every story because in reality, he's the only hero throughout the entire story of Scripture. And so when we read ourselves into the story of Scripture, we're actually reading ourselves into the role of Jesus, which we are not. And so it's false theology to think that we have a Goliath in our life that is our taxes that need to be filed, that is our friendship that is strained with one of our coworkers. But in reality, the Goliath in our life is sin and death and oppression and our rebellion against God. And then the only hero in our life is Jesus Christ. And then on top of that, like, Jesus is like the whole story just points to him. That's the whole point. And so, like, let's not read ourselves into this. And in fact, if we do want to read ourselves into this, we're the scared Israelites right next to David, cowering in fear next to him. If we're anybody, we're those people right there. And so that's going to be part of what I say on stage on Sunday.
Bet you it's going to be good, for sure. The kids will probably like it. They're like, we know David and Goliath.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm going to hope so. I'm I'm trying to think of like different ways that they can get up there and maybe pose
Can
that
you bring some
fakeness.
stones in?
I don't think I can bring those in because the kids will just wreck shop, and we have giant windows in the West Wing. And
I think if you get a point across and make the Bible more alive to them, it's okay to break a few windows. So
that's what I said about the burning bush.
yeah,
I said I wanted to burn something on stage.
one of these days,
said no.
One of these days, they'll let you do it.
I know.
So we just got to wait until next week
Wait till next week.
to see how that goes. Number 2, sponsors of the week, Jake, Trust, and Nart, who actually texted me a couple times this past week. I saw him at church. I was going to sit by him at church, but it was pretty packed in 11 o'clock, and there was not 3 seats together because he does have a lady, and my lady was in Seattle. So I was solo, and I was like, hey, do you want to all sit together? And we couldn't find 3 seats. I'm like, it's okay. I'll go sit by myself. So I went to the bathroom and cried. And
What gathering was this?
11.
Yeah, that'll
But
do it.
I did find a spot. I got there before service started, which was pretty cool. Sat by some random people. About 30 minutes in, they left. I'm like, I don't think I smelled that bad, but
They
were-
got up and left 30 minutes in
like something like that. I don't know how old they were. I don't know why they had to leave, but they had to leave, and then I had more space.
because there was 900 people in that gathering.
It was pretty packed.
You
but,
went to the busiest Sunday for the 11 a.m. gathering of the year.
but it was good. I mean, I got a pretty good spot, like pretty up close, because I sat solo.
It was a great sermon.
But then I was going to get him his shirt, which I've been meaning to get him the Until Next Week podcast shirt, which we still have extras of if you want one for $30 shipped or $25
Use the
per
code
person,
Samuel14434.
etc. And yeah, he forgot about it and left. I was like, dang it. Okay, I'll get it to you next time. But solid dude. And another solid dude is Pretty Ricky, and he's awesome because he did not play in the pickleball tournament on Thursday night, so we had a better chance to win it, yet we lost. And then Reverend Banks.
Wow. I got invited
Man.
to his gender reveal.
Does he not know yet? I thought he was
I
a
don't know.
dude.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I told him he should let the baby choose.
Oh, we're talking about the baby.
The baby Banks.
I thought Colton was finally deciding.
He is.
Yeah.
He's deciding a day before the baby.
Is it going to be a dual situation where
Yeah,
he
it's-
announces
yeah.
and also the baby announces?
It's very much a like we need to save money, so we're just going to do a 2-in-1.
Yeah.
So
It's like, here's my gender reveal. You guys have been asking.
yeah, it's gonna be kind of fun though.
He's a man.
He's could be a man.
We don't know yet.
We don't know.
Gender reveal has not happened.
It's true.
So that's all big. All big. All big.
Who's the third sponsor?
Fantasy football peeps. Yes, in the Until Next Week podcast, Fantasy Football League. Yes, we are going to be doing the draft here soon, but a lot of you have messaged. I think we'll end up having 12 people in the league. Currently, we're at 10. I think a couple more people will join, and the draft will happen soon, and that'll be awesome. And it'll be a good time to just have some solid community and more comments in the podcast's Spotify comment section, because I'm sure people will be talking trash about collusion that Ali Hoopy always does.
Whoa. No need to cuss on the pod.
I'm sorry, I had to say the C word like you said last week.
Whoa.
But yeah, shout out to all y'all for wanting to play fantasy football with us. I think it'll be a good times. And also reach out if you want to make clips for us or buy the shirt that I mentioned earlier. I already said Friday Pickleball, but I got to say Samuel14434 if you forgot the code to save $5 off your order of a minimum of 2 paddles. Dane's ministry support link is still in the bio. Because you're not supporting him enough, he had to get a second job, which he's going to kill, but not going to kill anyone.
Right.
He's going to kill at his job.
Let's
by
be
doing
very
good.
clear.
Yes. Just, he won't hurt anybody unless they play dodgeball. Also, keep telling your friends if you enjoy the podcast, because it's pretty great if you're listening right now. Because if you aren't, you're being held against your will. Also, leave 5 stars on Spotify, because Ryder, I think, is still the reason we're not 5. But it's okay. It's okay. We're at 4.9, but just keep leaving 5 stars. That'd be awesome. We appreciate any rating as long as it's 5 stars.
Disobedient children.
Yeah. Also on Apple, you can also leave 5 stars and leave a comment there that we would read on the podcast. Leave voice memos as well on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, thank you again for listening to episode 139 of the Until Next Week podcast.
Follow me, not Samuel.